Okay. Vita. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm
Never
from,
been
man. I'm
shy
from
about
that
calling
Texas.
out anybody, but you called out the big dog in the division in Gervonta Tank Davis inside the ring when Mark Kriegel interviewed you. What do you know about Tank Davis that maybe some of us don't and makes you confident that in just your 14th fight, you could go in there and defeat Tank Davis?
I just know who I am at the end of the day, and outside of me being in the ring with Tank twice already at sparring, I felt him out. I understand how he thinks. I understand. I just understand boxing at the end of the day. And, again, I know who I am. I know I can beat Tank. I know I am going to be the one to beat Tank. And whenever he's ready, he's going to send me a contract. I'm gonna sign it, and we gonna fight.
Well, it was over for Gustavo Lemus, but it's just beginning for you at the elite level. Now you become the WBO mandatory challenge for Dennis Berenchik's title. So, what has the discussion been since your big performance with Top Rank, and what's next for you?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I'm not gonna drop the location just yet, but for sure, Dennis Peranchik is my next opponent, an undefeated fighter, pressure fighter. He's from the Ukraine. He's friends with Lomachenko, and he's friends with the world champion Yugis, not Yugis, Usyk. And he's a great fighter, man. I feel like he's slept on. It's crazy because last year we were supposed to get in a fight with him, but now that he's a world champion, everything works out for the greater good. And I just feel like this fight, going into this fight, is gonna be another like exciting fight. This is an exciting fight. It's not a boring fight, and just I know people just want to come out there and support and see what the businessman is gonna show that night for sure.
What's the deal, baby? You already know it is the big boss hog. Boss dog can't post through the dope. Here to talk this boxing before I get in my soliloquy. Remember, tough times don't last. Good people do. Don't off yourself. Call the minute hotline. Remember your matter. Peak game. 84's on what? Swing. This new little thing I'm doing, pause. I like it. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a couple of these a week. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to, throw a little something out there. But we're gonna talk about Keyshawn Davis and the clout chase, right? Keyshawn Davis was interviewed by ESPN. Shout out to them. In Top Rank. And basically, he already had a fight lined up. It seemed like it. What do you mean, boss? If you got this far, you already saw the interview. You already saw what Keyshawn Davis said. If those of you who have been under the rock, after Keyshawn Davis beat Lemos, he called out Tank, right? He said, knock, knock, Tank, right? Then, days after that, he's in the car, he crying, talk about other stuff. Then he talk about the only fight he wants is Gervonta Tank Davis, right? But in this interview, he's sitting there saying that, oh, hey, I'm not going to give out the venue or the date, but, we supposed to fight Dennis Berenchuk. I keep telling y'all, this man used Tank's name for clout. That's what happened. He used his name for clout. This is a clout chase. I keep telling y'all this. Y'all sitting here, oh, Tank needs to send him a contract. What is sending him a contract going to do? They're not going to let that man fight Gervonta Tank Davis. That's just what it is. And even if they do, they're losing money on their interest. Why? Because he going to get sparked. So if he lose, then what? You know what I mean? Then the excuses come in. Oh, Tank beat a prospect. I keep telling y'all this. Every video that I watch, right? Every video that I watch, people who got boxing sense, they saying the same thing I'm saying. They're saying the same thing. They're saying Keyshawn Davis is a good young fighter. If he continues to develop, he could be a great fighter one day. But the issue is he's trying to rush the process and fight Tank now. He just wants to get paid, and he just want to use Tank's name for clout. That's what it is. It ain't got nothing to do with, because in this interview, he sat there and said, oh, I feel like I could beat Tank. I feel like I understand Tank. You can understand all you want to. I told y'all, it's different when the gloves get smaller. It's different when there ain't no headgear. Everything coming faster. Pause. That was crazy. Everything is coming faster at you. Them punches coming a little faster and they hurting a little more. Because you ain't got no leather padding on your head. You ain't got no 16-ounce gloves on. Them gloves are 10 or 8-ounce gloves. And they landing dead on your flesh, on your hair, bone to bone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. I'm telling you, bro. I'm not saying this to protect Tank. I'm telling you how boxing is. This is how boxing is. This is how this goes. This has been like this is the beginning of time. Everybody want to sit here and try to talk about, oh, Tank just needs to send him an offer. He's scared of Keyshawn Davis. What is all the upside in the game in this particular fight is for Keyshawn Davis if Tank send him a contract. But Tank already know Top Rank not going to let Keyshawn Davis fight Gervonta Tank Davis. They not. Now, maybe after he beats Dennis Barrenchuk, because I do think Keyshawn Davis will beat Dennis Barrenchuk. After he beats Dennis Barrenchuk and he becomes a WBO champion, that's a more appealing fight. Right? Money talks. Right? So after that, he's proven himself. I told you. He's a contender. He's proven himself to be a contender. Everything that I'm saying he's doing. This is the crazy thing about what I'm saying, bro. It's like y'all don't understand that Keyshawn Davis is a prospect sliding into contender status. He proved himself to now get a title fight. He's finna fight Dennis Barrenchuk in a fight in which he should win, and he will become the WBO champion at 135 pounds. Now that Gervonta Tank Davis fight becomes more appealing, and also his management will allow him to do that. I told you, that man has no weight. As far as he holds no weight, he can't tell Top Rank what to do. Top Rank tell him what to do. Because everybody's sitting there posing this question, why Tank won't just send him a contract? Why Keyshawn Davis won't just tell Top Rank, I don't want to fight Dennis Barrenchuk. I only want to fight Tank. Why didn't he tell him that? See, everybody pointing the finger at Tank, but nobody's sitting there analyzing these other fighters and what they doing. This man right here is signed to Top Rank. He's fighting who they want him to fight, which is Dennis Barrenchuk. That's the fight he finna get. If he only wanted Tank, why is he agreeing for that fight? He should have told Top Rank, nah, I only want Tank. That's what he should have told him. But he's finna fight Dennis Barrenchuk. He's excited about that fight. You saw the excitement in his voice and on his face when he was talking about that particular fight. He's amped up about that fight. It's an opportunity for him to become a champion. And that's the right way he needs to move. Because I'm telling you, if he get in there with Tank right now, I'm telling you, I'm willing to bet whatever. That boy going to sleep. Right now, if he get in there with Tank right now, he going to sleep. I'm not sitting there saying this because I'm a fan of Tank. I'm sitting here telling you as a former fighter, as a former competitor in amateur boxing, I'm sitting here telling you there are things that I see right now in Keyshawn Davis that he needs to fix before he get in there with Tank Davis. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. The man in me is like, put him in there. He talking. Put him in there and let's see what he do. That's the man in me. But the fan of boxing is like, let that man develop. Let that man develop. Because as a fan of boxing, I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't like excuses in fights. I don't want to hear no excuses. When Crawford beat Earl, on my channel, we didn't make no excuses. You know what I mean? When Canelo lost to B-Ball, no excuses. When Caleb Plant lost to Canelo, no excuses. When Canelo lost to Floyd Mayweather, no excuses. There are no excuses. You see what I'm saying? And I don't want that. There's a built-in excuse already if Tank gets in a ring with Keyshawn Davis and knocks him out. Oh, he was a prospect. There's already a built-in excuse. I keep telling y'all this. And I've heard other channels that are bigger than mine say the same thing. Keyshawn Davis, we just gonna keep it real, is Clout Chaser Tech's name. He's doing that to get people to tune in, to get people on his side, because he knows that people don't like Gervonta Tank Davis. That's just what it is. Now, everybody's sitting here talking about Tank need to send a contract. Tank, send a contract. Tank, send a contract to Shakur. Tank, send a contract to Keyshawn Davis. What y'all fail to realize is this. And I'm cooking right now. Everything is pointing at Tank. But like I said, when it comes down to Shakur Stevenson, when his contract ran out with Top Rank, why didn't he go where the smoke was at? Nobody can answer that question. Nobody can answer, hey, man, why you didn't go where the smoke was at? Why you didn't put yourself in position to get that fight? You didn't have to sign with PBC, but you could have put yourself in position to where you can get that fight. Nobody's answered this question. Why can't these fighters do what Bud and Errol did? Shakur should have talked to Bud and been like, hey, man, how did you and Errol work this out? That should have been the mindset. But it wasn't. Shakur go sign with Eddie Hearn, and he already got 2 fights lined up. Well, now he got to find a new opponent because Williams Zepeda pulled out the fight with a mythical injury. But I'm going to make a video about that for Clutch Factory. All I'm saying at the end of the day is this. This boy Clout Chase, man. Keyshawn Davis Clout Chase that man's name. That's just what it is. They always do this. They Clout Chase Tank's name. If you really want to fight, you would do anything in your power behind the scenes to make this fight happen. You wouldn't be sitting here in the media every time somebody put a camera in your face, bring up his name. That doesn't get the fight over the hill. Y'all ever notice that when you look at Top Rank and Matchroom and all them other promotional companies, they do stuff in the open. So they fighters or they promoters will call out in certain matchups that they want for their fighter, but the fights don't happen. You ever notice on PBC that doesn't happen? They don't discuss business in the open. And Boxer Ego is the first one to point this out. I want to give him his credit. But I went back and did research, and he's telling the truth. They don't negotiate anything in the open. You know what I mean? Like, nothing's in the open. If something pops out in the open, it's probably already done. But it's not in a sense of, oh, I want Errol Spence to fight Fundora. That's what we want. No. It's probably already done. They probably already done talked and negotiated some stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's how PBC does it. But yet again, you got these sack chasers, these bud buddies, these Shakurians, these Keyshawn ball grabbers, pause. They want to sit here and say, oh man, Tank needs to send a contract. I quickly told you last video, why would Tank send a contract when it shows that you don't want to fight? And I'm talking about Shakur. Why would Tank send a contract to Keyshawn when he know his handlers are not going to allow him to fight Tank Davis right now? Keyshawn's at the mercy of Bob Arum and Top Rank. It's not the other way around. Even if Tank sent the contract over, they're not going to let him fight. I quickly highlighted last video on how even within Top Rank, they didn't let Bud fight Manny Pacquiao. Do I need to keep going? They didn't let Shakur fight Lomachenko. So these are the things that I'm talking about. Let me say this, nobody's talking about that. I'm the first one to bring that up. So I just want people to understand, man, a lot of these dudes are clout chasing. But a lot of y'all need to hold a mirror up and look yourself in the mirror and make sure y'all read your comments because your hatred is showing. It's peeking through your pores. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Boss gone.